Check real quick. Okay. Check,
Yeah,
check, check. All right. Hey, everybody
check,
out there. How
check,
you
check.
guys doing? This is the Vamp. I have a very magical special guest for us today. We have the Birdman in the house. Can you guys hear us out there? We're just doing a really quick sound check.
Yo, yo,
Hello.
birds. Yo, what up?
Hello. All right.
Yo,
Hey,
yo, yo,
Andrew. Can
yo.
you guys hear us? Can you guys hear Burb really good?
Yo, 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 yo.
All right. All right. Good, good, good. They got us. All right, everybody. We're going to get started here just in about 30 seconds. Yeah, we got the Burb in the house. He is super excited to have him. Man, I've been a part of his channel for a while, and man, he's got some great stuff.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It was
Okay.
great. I mean, it's great to have you.
All right. So we're going to get going here in just 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
All right, welcome everybody for another exciting edition. This is a great weekly close here we have today, and we have the man himself, the Burb himself, is here in the house, joining us at 2 a.m. from his roost in some probably Transylvanian castle somewhere. This man, he's probably sitting in a mansion right now. I know he was out on a yacht for the last week. One day, I hope
Yeah.
we can all grow up and be like him. Say hello to all the viewers out there, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for the introduction. I mean, it's great to be here. And yeah, how you're doing, birds?
That's right. All the burbs in the house. Can we give a man a shout out? Can
Yeah.
we also get some smashes on the like button? Listen, I have been in the Burbs group for, gosh, it's been months now. And I tell you what, just, being there, watching him work, watching how predicted, how absolutely accurate he has been over the last, I mean, months. We're talking, I really started following him. I was bearish, to say the least, on Bitcoin. And I was looking around just to get a real good confirmation as I was being, as such a noob trader, and he was one of the first guys that came along. I remember looking at his charts way back going, phew, this guy, he's good. He gets it. And sure enough, man, wow, his charts have just played out like magic sauce. Absolutely amazing. How do you, just give us a really quick thing, how did you know, what was it that, how do you get your targets so accurate?
Thanks for for all the kind words. Um, it's all combined. I mean, with overall, I am a burp, and parrots and birds, tend to be kind of intelligent ones, and birds actually very often tend to predict the weather, and for this reason, swallows fly lower than usually. Yeah, but no, yeah, but honestly, for the Bitcoin price moves that I was saying constantly when everyone was so bullish back then in in March and or even February, I was starting to feel too how to call it, not like fully convinced that we have that we have like been following the proper uptrend anymore, and we as a market, I mean as a crypto market, we started to put too much pressure on the bullish stuff, and this kind of showed me that the market sentiments actually have changed when everyone turns bullish. When everyone turns bullish, actually this means we should like give it a red line in our heads and say like, wait, something might be wrong. We should not be like totally bullish or bearish, because it's all about the ratio of bullishness and bearishness for my experience. That works best, and not being like fully biased will always like show you like highest efficiency compared to like being fully biased, if you know that. And giving this technical analysis, given this compared with and combined with the market sentiment and being a pirate, actually it came out for me to be kind of successful in terms of this Bitcoin stuff. But yeah, let's talk about it in a second, more into more details.
Nice. So let's take a look. Just a couple quick things I want to bring up here. We're just going to do a quick run through of the TA that we've got posted up here. So if everybody was watching my signals and my calls, I had boy, I really I nailed this one. Like just great. I love getting lucky, but it's better to be lucky than good. And I got both lucky and I'm good, so I'll take it. So I called this coming down here into the support zone. I did have us bouncing out, so we did come in. We can pull this down to a tighter time frame, and you can see a better idea of how this came down. We found support down here on my bottom support line, so I had two separate support lines. The top one and the bottom one came down, found the bottom support, bounced up and out. Now, do I think we still have room to go? Yes, I still think we are. I am actually more bullish right now than I am bearish. I will tell you what, though, for me, I think we have a lot of, this is what I feel at this moment is the most important Bitcoin chart that's out there. So this is the weekly chart. And, as everybody knows me, I'm very heavily invested in my TA in the moving averages. So here you've got the 30 MA crossing, trying to make that final cross with the 50 MA. Now, as you guys know, I'm a firm believer in the power of the death cross and or the golden cross. And if you look at what we got right here, the only other time this has happened in crypto history was all the way back in 2014. And let's go find it. There it is right there. So there's the last time these two crossed over. And this is the last time you had the 30 crossover on top of the 50. So you can see the detrimental action that it took on the price once that cross did. Now, you did get a confirmation of the 7, the 30, and the 50 all crossing here. Same thing happened here. You see there, here you have this triangle right here, this super cross. So you had three separate bullish crosses all happen. As you guys know, I call this a super cross. The Supercross, if you would have just played the Supercross back in 2015, you guys would be billionaires. You guys would be like the Burb right now, playing on his yachts, running around in mansions, probably got parties full of hot Polish girls. Stuff we can only imagine in our dreams, okay? So this particular chart right here is really... Now, I feel that we have a substantial amount of resistance right here above us. We came up, tested the 50. We still have to test this. I still feel there's going to be one more test of this area right here. You see how absolutely close. I mean, look at this. This cross is within 100 points. Okay, so we're 100 points away from this crossing. Now, once this does touch, there's usually a delayed reaction. But, I mean, everybody needs to be aware of this setup. Now, I like to do my trading based on easy layup trade setups, and I feel that this, this will cross. You still got, I feel, 6 days left for this to cross next week. Now, if the price does fall out of the sky here, what'll happen is you'll actually get a premature cross. So it can drag the 30 down. Now, it's extremely hard to drag the 30 down, so it'd have to be a detrimental price crash, something down here into the 6K region. You'd be looking for support, 6,700 still kind of right in this range. And as you see, we're starting to dip off. Now, looking at these candles right here, right, these are not bearish candles in any way. These candles don't give me an immediate bearish sign. And let's see what Burb, what do you think about the weekly chart, buddy?
I'm having an open in front of me, and actually, I was talking just before a few moments. I was talking to one student, Burb, about starting an investment, and I was saying that this is not like the very best part because, this is not like the very best time to invest because or to start trading, to open positions in general, because we are clearly in the decision and kind of consolidation zone, short-term meaning. After when comparing when having open the for example daily chart and seeing the clear breakouts of this downtrend, midterm downtrend, and seeing it kind of being above the Kumo cloud, above the Tenko span, above the Senko span, we are still in kind of a correction zone. I mean, I was saying about Elliott waves one time not long ago, and clearly to me we are like we are trying to get out upward within the fourth wave in the making at this moment. That should be finished finished in a very short term, like a few days. But if you have it in front of you, I mean this daily chart, and having opened the weekly chart at the same time, we are clearly seeing that the previous two candles actually were formed with a significant bounce that can be like explained by this inverse head and shoulders formation on the daily chart basis. But for the weekly chart, this is struggling as well to get out of this I call it short-term consolidation move, so short-term consolidation zone, ranging from 7.8 up to 8.5, touched by the previous candles, local tops, and each stronger move upwards will always be found with the correction of itself. So we have experienced two bigger candles of the weekly chart on the weekly chart basis that can be explained by this inverse head and shoulders formation, and at the same time it has not been, I mean, the retracement has not been like very significant because it touched only once the 7800 zone. And as we are still in the kind of consolidation zone, to me, after being the correct correction part and the fourth part of the Elliott wave impulse, I would still have in mind the potential retracement down to 7800 again to retest the support, combined by the Fibonacci level, combined with that is the support created by the Fibonacci level, support combined with the how we call it, the Simcoe span bay, or and many other actually indicators. So, but as for your moving averages stuff, I mean, I'm using this as well, but not tend to like show it too much in my charts, because not to blur the vision, but the moving averages actually would show us I mean this cross, this significant cross that you mentioned, would be pretty crucial for us, because the clear the clear testing should appear. So we should see probably the next. We have not like fully used the bullish potential that we received by this inverse head and shoulders, because the market felt actually very relieved, and the bulls felt very relieved and actually back in power, which is locally not the very like full confirmation still for me to for it to turn fully bullish. But this potential cross of averages would be probably met with a bit this decline would be met with a rejection at first, that should be tested and consolidated after that. And yeah, I mean, this is how I see that. So overall, I have not actually we share the same opinions, because we are thinking that we have not still fully like used this bullish potential within this latest recent moves, but at the same time we are seeing this potential danger zone of this cross, this moving averages cross. Yeah, this is what I think.
So yeah, no, and let's take a look. So I'm going to go back over and we're going to take a look at our other charts. Now, with what basically I have always said, I want to go back down here and I want to test this one more time. Now, we did come all the way down. We did give this a really good test. And if you look at, if you're an Elliott wave, which I am, Clearly not a good Elliott wave guy. I use it only as a framework. You could look at this two ways. You came down, and this is creating an inverse head and shoulders here, which we have talked about. Now, and if you guys looked at my charts a couple days ago, I said, hey, and I believe it is on this chart right here. There you go. So I said, there's the inverse head and shoulders. And what you need to watch out for is you need to break the neckline. So I'm looking for, you got to break this neckline down here. So look, here's your first shoulder down. You did come down for a second shoulder, I feel here. Now, if it does break this support, you did find your support right here on the 8074. I do have a little bit of support down below. But if it does break this, I have always wanted to come down here. I've wanted to test this one more time. Now, I do feel there is still one more test up. And the real reason why I feel that is because that's what my MACD chart is telling me. My MACD chart says, hey, you need to come over here and you need to find one of these bounce bubbles here. And I've been saying this for a while, right? This is still bearish. This is not... Going down is not bearish, right? And the second thing says, hey, this is just going to go down. It's going to find another consolidation area, and it's going to give us a bounce. You've just got to watch where this bounce happens. So we just had quite a drop. Holy cow. And just in this last few moments right here, we have had an absolute tank of the price. The price just completely fell out of my bubbles. So... if you look up here, this is one thing magical about the bubble chart. Came up, tested the red bubble line, and just absolutely fell out. Now, one chart I want you to take a look at is earlier I was really watching the Litecoin chart. Litecoin came down and tested, and I said, watch out for this support. Watch out for Litecoin to break through the support, and sure, exactly to my second arrow. Notice that this arrow's here. It was not up here. I had it here because I knew we were going to come up and test, not based on any support or resistance up here, but strictly based on the these red rejection areas. So bounced off of purple, which is a perfect call, came up and got rejected, absolutely rejected, and it's trying to dive back down. We are now caught. We're trapped above. We're using the 50 MA on the 30 MA on the 6 hour as support. And you guys can see, if we do blow this out, it will make me more bearish here because this will invalidate our head and shoulders we were looking at, our inverse head and shoulders. I still am going to go on record one more time. I still think we have the ability to push back up. I'm still looking for one more push back up, and that's okay. If we drop down substantially here, if we come down here and find support, even if we come all the way down here and find support, I still am looking for one more play up. I'm not done being bullish on this position here until we break this this area down here. Okay. Now we did miss my high side here. Burb, have you had a chance to I know when you're charting your stuff, what is your favorite timeline that you like to use?
You mean time frame?
Time frame.
I'm always choosing this 4 hour time frame for the decision whether to open the positions or wait it out a bit in terms of this shorter term play. But for the daily closes, for the daily chart, I always put much more significance on that. So I would say this daily chart and 4 hour charts are both most of my important ones to check always.
Got it. Oh, and man, I can't wait to bring up my other charts. They're amazing. Okay,
they are indeed, mate. Really.
Yeah. So we did look. Now we came down and we did come down to test this level right here. I did have this bubble. This bubble was sitting here, so we did miss this target by a little bit on the low side. Let's see what happens here. This is a very tough trading area if you're just going on the bubble charts, right? If you're going on the bubble charts, you are going into the purple now. A turn on this green bubble right here, you guys got to watch out. A turn on the green bubble is a very bullish turn, right? This is an extremely bullish turn if this turns here. Like I said, I would like to see this come down to the purple zone. Give me my second top. This says we're going to 9K, 10K. These right here say we're going to go up and test like 8,500 again. I really, and my issue is I feel that we have a bunch of issues going into the weekly. Burp, what are your thoughts really quick? Why don't you give me a thought on where we're going with this dump right here?
Actually, as I was saying, as we are staying still like being in the kind of consolidation zone, to me, like being combined with a correction, with the explained, I don't know, by for example, this fourth wave of the out of the five of Elliot's waves. But as I was saying, this Bitcoin usually tends to test supports, substantial supports twice before leaving it up, to move higher. And as I was saying, generally, this is while this one, this current and recent price action is staying above this Kumo cloud, I would still think it's about to give some bullish moves within a few days, or I don't know, like week and a half, for example, up to a week and a half, and that would actually range up to 8.8 up to 10K, 9K zone. But after that, I mean, I would not be surprised if we retest this 7.8 support, because if you see the full Ichimoku setup, there is a Tenkan-sen line combined with the Senko Spanbei that would play out as a strong support. That might be like retested, because it has like while having it open in front of me in my chart that I will post in my Twitter, as in a few minutes after finishing this amazing talk, mate. We have broken the kind of local uptrend, so that, but it's still having and like kind of trying to bounce on the Fibonacci line, at 8.05. So I would still, I mean, breaking this 8.50, $8,050 line, this would probably lead me down to thinking this 7,800 retest.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I've been looking for the 7,800 retest for a while. And once again, let me show you why I want the 7,800 retest, guys. So let me pull up my weekly chart. Here we go. So my reason for the 7,800 test is, come over to our daily, is I want to retest this 128 one more time. So this is the line I really want to get down here and test. If we can come down here and test this 128 where the 100 is, you see, look at what's going on right here. You had a cross, you had a touch, a cross. It's trying to cross again. These lines are just running completely parallel to each other in a channel. If we can come down here and test this and hold this, this will make me it'll increase my bullish position. Being this high up here for this many days has definitely given me more bullish hope, and it's also given me I still think we're going to go up here again. Now, I still think that if you look here, you see the dotted line that runs across here. Two things are going to happen on this dotted line. This dotted line is told me by the indicator. You've got the 200-day, you've got the indicator telling us this is your top line resistance. You then have the weekly showing you the exact same area for the 30 and the 50. This right here just says to me extremely, sorry about my charts. There we go. I'm just going to have to draw on this thing. So this right here says that this area right here, this whole little circle right here, is extremely has a lot of resistance in it right here, right? And I want you guys to watch. If you can break this area right here, if you can break this, then you guys will have a great chance to find a second top. And if you go back to my other charts right here, I have this nice white box set up, right? This nice white box, because the bubble charts give me the targets of when this becomes a bullish and nor bearish, right? So the bubble charts have told me that we have to break specific areas. And right here on the MACD, you've got to break. There's one. This makes me bullish, breaking over this line a second time, and or breaking over this bull break, which we got very close to. We got really close to breaking over that. Never happened. Now, this white box was supposed to correlate when we came up here with the price action and the RSI. You see, we tried it. We tested it a few times. These lines actually did get up inside of here. And every time we've got up into this white box here, we have been rejected. So I once again, I still feel that we need to come down. We're going to test this support area, first support area. If this breaks, second support area that's got to hold for the bulls has got to be the 100 and the 128 day. That will coincide. Now, here you got all this purple zone right here. You got a purple bounce line right here. You got all this purple zone right here. We're going to get a bounce somewhere, and that bounce is going to play us out. Now, I just want to warn everybody. My top, I still don't feel we're going to break up over and out of this. Okay? I really think we're going to come up here. We're going to make a double top at some point or a run at it. But I really have a very hard time thinking we're going to break out of this with a lot of momentum to take us up to the 9K area. And the reason is I just think that we have so much resistance. You've got the 200, you've got the this whole area up here, this purple band is we got to not only break this, but we got to rip this with resistance. Now, once again, this is technical analysis, not fundamental analysis. The fundamental analysis portion that breaks this would be the announcement of the ETFs, right?
Exactly.
I feel the ETF announcement would give us a parabolic move to the upside, all right? And I think we're all prepared for that, including Burb.
Yeah,
yep.
Surely.
So now, and once again, coming down here to test this, if we look at the timeline here, remember, we're not really that many days away from retesting this. So you're talking about you're looking right over, we're just going to make a box. Now, my thought is I feel we're going to get punted out of this on like the 10th. So I think we're going to come over here, and this is the ETF. We're just going to call this the ETF zone, the ETF buy zone. Right, we're going to call this the ETF buy zone over here. So if we get over here, no matter what the price action is, it can be high or low, unless there's if we get so we're going to call it option 1 would be a postponement, right? A option 2, and I think a postponement would, if it were a short term, I would say it would be a neutral, right? Neutral position. Damn it. It would be neutral. Shit. So, and I think if it is a longer term postponement, I think it would be negative. Okay. So, number 2 is we get a yes vote, right? And that would equal let's just call it a moon, okay?
Yeah.
Number 3 is we get a no, and a no would equal a massive market dump. Because I feel a lot of people are buying into the position that the ETFs will get approved. And as we get closer right here, even myself, I will be looking to enter a long position for a hedge just in case this thing goes parabolic on us. What are your thoughts on this right here, Burp?
Actually, it's amazing. Actually, we share this opinions. Bless you. And I'm thinking the same stuff about the ETF, and actually, what I've experienced, what I've always been researching and trying to see it in exact sense, about this kind of marketing part, for on the Bitcoin when playing with Bitcoin fundamentals. Actually, and there is always like something like, I mean, either it is like the tether printing or the CTF like announcements. It is always combined and actually, in my opinion, released when it comes to the media. It is all released in the very decision zones very often, and
Yes.
this is kind of gives me a bit more like feeling that we are not like fully that we are kind of at least slightly dependent on the media there, and the dump actually, and everything that you read in the box, in the rectangle actually is, I mean, I do confirm with my own thoughts. And with this the slight difference that the number one, I mean, here it says post moment, short term neutral. I would still think that the any post moment would actually affect and influence the market with the kind of more negative feeling. So in my opinion, I would say it would be both negative for short term and longer term, while the short term would be like the weaker dump as well. But generally, definitely this potential ETF like rejection vote would actually probably I mean, might be the trigger, to see the final bottom, which I think we have not seen still. So yeah, this is like at the same time the answer for dozens really of people asking me whether we have seen the final zone, and in my opinion is still no. I am not still fully convinced and sure about the bullish moves. I mean, this is the bullish short-term play that we have discussed and predicted both with the bump, and I mean it's going.
Uh-oh. Burb, we lost you there for a second, buddy. All right, we lost the burb for just a second. Let's see if we can get him back here. Uh, this is oh. There's no way. This is my computer. Oh my God! How the hell does this thing freeze?